Hi everybody, welcome back to those of you who are returning, and welcome to those of you who are new. Hi there, my name is JoJo. This channel focuses on my family's journey to financial freedom, so if that's something you're interested in following along with, then please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you come along with us on this journey. In today's video, I am going to be doing my week 1 check-in for paycheck number 1 for the month of January. I have my new planner here, and then this is also a new thing that I got. It came from Santa, and it's to store all of my pens. So right here is all of my pens, and then there's this cool little zip out pouch right here, and that's where I have all of my highlighters. I have a hole punch, and there's little side pockets in here as well, so I can keep my whiteout, of course, and then I have my tweezers. So this pouch has been awesome. Before, everything was just kind of thrown in a drawer that the family shared. That's kind of our designated junk drawer, but now it's all centralized and I'm loving it. But yeah, we're moving into the second week now of the new year and just wrapping up the first week. Everything feels just fresh. You know, obviously there's still, not everything's gone, not everything's just magically resolved because we're in the new year, but I will tell you guys, just reflecting back on 2020, like, there were still a lot of good things, that a lot of growing learning experiences for my family. I feel like for what I'm seeing on Instagram and on YouTube for a lot of people, it kind of just gave us time to pause from our crazy lives since we weren't able to go out and do a lot of things, and allowed us to focus on our debt and getting our finances under control. But that does, and this week what we were doing, we got the house all reset. We're getting our routines back into place, packing up Christmas and getting the house nice and clean. So it just, everything just felt fresh and new. And then we went sledding as well. So lots of fun stuff around here. But moving into the new year for January, I have a word of the month. So coming out of December, my word of the month for January is going to be commitment, so that I remain committed to this journey, because I'm trying to stay on this mindset that, you know, we made this great strides in 2020 with our debt, but I want to stay on track, not just kind of let things slide. I'm kind of figuring out my goals for the year, what we really want to do, not stressing myself out too much about those, just taking time to really think about them, and not just saying what the goal is, but my why and my how for my goal, and lining that out as well. So yeah, that's just kind of this week in a nutshell. We'll go ahead and hop right into this video. I'm not going to jabber on too much, but I hope you guys had a great week, feeling fresh and renewed, moving into 2021, and are having some wonderful reflections. I'm going to get you guys switched over to my weekly check-in variable expenses view with my transaction log. So here we are at the variable expenses weekly check-in sheet, and then this is my transaction log that I fill out twice a week, and it contains all of the money that flows in and out of our account. So green is income, pink is a bill, yellow is a variable expense, and then down here blue is a sinking fund expense. I'm going to start over here. We are in paycheck number 1, and we are looking at transactions from December 31st to January 6th. Okay, I have my hair down today, and I'm pretty sure it's going to end up in a ponytail by the end of the day. All right, so we're going to start here with groceries, and I always like to start with an example for you guys, just because if I use this remaining column to figure out how much I had spent. Let me see, get my phone out here. And so looking here at this remaining, I budget $400 to last us 2 weeks, and then my most recent purchase was at Walmart. So I take the 400 minus the 224.32 that I still have remaining from that $400, and that tells me that I spent $175.68 on groceries this week. Okay, so we'll say net minus 175.68, and then I still have that 224.32 remaining. Eating out and entertainment, we'd only gone out to eat once, and that was at, it was at Steak and Shake. So when we were on our way to go sledding, we had stopped at Steak and Shake to pick up some lunch, which we kind of went up a little bit of a mountain road. So I don't know that burgers and French fries and milkshakes was a good idea for the kids. My daughter was looking a little pale after all of her, after everything. Let's see, household and pets. We had spent $32.77. That was mostly on our dogs. It was dog food. And then my oldest dog, you guys, you'll probably kind of see this in my sinking funds coming up, but she's 15, almost 16. She's had 2 ulcers. We were really worried about her early last week. My husband had called me at work, really concerned, and I need to turn do not disturb on my phone. Okay, and so I was speaking with one of my coworkers because I know she's had pets and dealt with end of life with them, and I didn't really know where to begin. And so she directed me to, there's the scale to kind of make sure that you're not prolonging suffering and kind of make you at peace when you have to make that decision to see how your pet is doing. So there's lots of different scales. You can just Google some. So I looked at some of them, and I'd stopped and gotten her some really good food because she'd stopped eating altogether. But we mainly feed our dogs dry food. So we just got her all soft food. We're mixing in a little bit of her dry food as well. And I'm going to be kind of setting aside some money to prepare for, you know, when it's time for her, when her time is. So my friend who's done it, she gave me a number for someone who will come out to your home, will take care of, you know, like cremation and everything like that. And it's about $500 to $600. So I'm going to build that up in my sinking fund. But we're going to be doing some things like paw prints and hand prints with the kids, you know, while she's still feeling well, and just enjoy the time that we have with her. But that was this household and pets. So there is that, and we still have $92.23 remaining. We spent $36.66 for gas. That was just for me. My husband was off quite a few days around the holiday, so he didn't really need to fill up, but I'm sure he'll be filling up probably today. So that was just me filling up. And then my husband, he had spent his full $80. He was getting some just stops at the store, and then he'd also gotten some, I guess, self-care things. And then I had spent $37.91. That was on some alcoholic seltzer drinks, and then I got some face washcloths from Amazon, just some beauty stuff from Amazon. I'm 36, I'll be 37 this year, and so skincare is very important to me. I follow Hot and Flashy, her YouTube channel. She's amazing. She provides a lot of literature behind the products that she uses and recommends. So she has a regimen that she posts for free that you can print out. So I'm going to slowly kind of build up to gathering that, but I do have a few things from her regimen. So there's that. I still have $42.09. My oldest, he'd gone to the mall with his friend, so I gave him $20 for that. My youngest, they did not spend anything. They still have their $20. And you guys, unbudgeted, we are still at 0. So awesome. We're on a streak. Okay. So total we spent $417.23 on variable expenses. We have $577.77 moving into week 2. And if you're not, when you do the weekly check-ins, I would suggest tracking your remaining, because it helps keep you mindful of how much money you have left and differentiate between your wants versus your needs. But yeah, that is all of our variable expenses, the yellow boxes. Now we'll switch over to the paycheck budget sheet and finish reconciling our transactions. Here we are at the paycheck budget sheet. This is where everything is housed: income, fixed, variable expenses, sinking fund, transactions, debt. I like having it all in one central location. The current dimensions of my planner does not fit this 8.5 by 11 sheet, but I'm working through what I've already pre-printed just to save on ink and paper. But probably around June or July, I'm going to switch to a larger planner, and that way I don't have to fold this. But you can see it's pretty close, the margins, so I'm just going to print it probably at like 85% size so that I can easily punch with my arc punch for the happy planner. But I gotta tell you guys, I am loving being in my happy planner, because before things were so all over the place, and now it's just all in one location. So that is awesome. Okay, we're gonna start at the top here with our income. Here's all the expected. I'll link the video where I filled out this with all the expected, my forecast video. Now we're coming in with our actuals. Our income did get deposited as expected, and I was surprised. So income too, I was expecting it to be less, and in my week 4 check-in, my closeout for December, I actually ended up rolling over some money because I thought that I was going to be short this paycheck, and you can see how squeaky tight we were. We were only going to have about 20 bucks as wiggle room, but this one actually ended up coming in $73.40 more. And I guess that what had happened was there was some insurance stuff involved where the employees had paid more in, and then towards the end of the year they were just getting reimbursed for that. So that is good news. And let's see, so we have income 1 came in at $3,010.57. And I do always try to underestimate these. And income 2 was $1073.40. We are not expecting income 3, but I did end up doing some rollover, and that was for $500. And I did also have some extra income. So let me check these off. I did make a couple of sales on Etsy. So right here you can see I had $2.60 that came in. So thank you so much to those of you who had checked out the shop and were interested in the sheets. And then I had also sold something on Facebook Marketplace. So those two, let's see, we'll circle extra because we also had extra. Total together is $12.60. Next is our bills, and those are all of the pink boxes. So we'll move down here. We had our internet. It has gone up by $5. Not sure why, but they're really the only internet provider out here. And they kind of just monopolize on that, I feel. So they had charged now $99.99. And we also had our mortgage. It had come out as expected, and it increased a little bit because of escrow. So that takes care of those bills. We had the gym, came out as expected at $75, and my HP ink bill, now that the kids are for the most part back in school, has been more reasonable. Okay. So those are all of the bills so far. Next week when I come to close out this budget, you'll see that these ones will trickle through. And oh, you know what? I forgot to put in my student loan. How could I forget? $543.40. Okay, there we go. Now we have all of our pink boxes. Okay, and we're not going to do anything with the variable expenses yet. This will be next week. We'll come over here. There were some sinking fund expenses. My daughter, so the coat I had bought her, I was kind of surprised. Moving into the season, she just went through this huge growth spurt and outgrew her coat. So I wasn't really able to catch the prime season for buying outerwear for kids. So slim pickings. So the coat I bought her was like 1 or 2 sizes too big. And I was at Walmart. I saw these little puff jackets. It was like $15. Our winter has not been too severe here yet, thank goodness. We live kind of in a valley, and then there's mountains around us. So we have warm stuff for sledding and things like that, outdoor activities, skiing. But for day to day, this jacket for $15 will work well, and it fits her much better. And then my husband, he had used... I'm going to actually do parentheses because I add money and subtract money as well. And so he had used $3.69 from his dad bod sinking fund. Also, before I forget, our HOA, that also came out. And that was for $114, and that is covered by sinking funds. Next table is my debt table, and the student loan did come out, so I can come and apply the principal amount to this balance and figure out what our ending balance is. We started with the $39,671.58 of my $543.40 payment. $383.80 of that was applied towards principal. So that brought this balance down to $39,287.78. Okay, and I am also actually, since I did have some extra money, I'm just going to note that here. I'm not going to add it down in the debt table yet towards the HELOC, but I just want to keep track of it. I'm going to say, let's see, what is today? Today is the 6th. So HELOC extra is $12.60. So anytime I have extra money, I'll just document it right here so that money is automatically accounted for. It's not just sitting there waiting for me to do something irresponsible with it. Okay, that is what our week looked like. Week 1 for January, the first week of January, the first week of 2021. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, that your holiday was special, and I will see you guys tomorrow when I do my Paycheck to Budget forecast for the month of January.